Go. So you entered and enlisted in the Navy in 1944. And do you remember the date?
8.5 hours before I turned 18.
And the reason that you did that was because?
If you didn't enlist before you were 18, the infantry would draft you. You had.
And you wanted to be in the Navy.
I wanted to be in the Air Force, actually.
Oh, okay.
Initially, and they wouldn't guarantee me that I'd get to be a pilot. And I went up to the Navy. They said, "Yeah, but you have to be an enlisted man first, and fly a set of missions as a gunner or bombardier, or not a pilot, and then next, and then
the next level.
Next spring, you would go to pilot training, come back from combat, go to pilot training, and go back out as a pilot." And so I took that.
And the Spitfire was your model fighter aircraft. You wanted to be flying and fighting in World War II in an aircraft like that. Do you remember how fast the Spitfire could fly?
450, I think.
And you remember that how many people were in a Spitfire?
And the Spitfires?
Just one.
That's English. Just
yes,
one.
I know it's English. But I mean, we had, what was the equivalent in the United States?
The fighter plane was the F-6F in the Navy.
Okay. And that's the one that you wanted to learn how to fly. Uh-huh. And you trained for the first year as a gunner?
Yes.
In what was the plane?
I was also trained as a bombardier.
Oh, a bombardier, right.
So I was in bombers, and there were 13 passengers and 3 pilots, and they'd go up for 12, 14 hours, and they would bomb Japan.
Right.
Germany had surrendered.
What was the name of that bomber?
The bomb?
The bomber that you trained in, the 13-man bomber.
I don't remember what they called the things.
They were big, though.
Well, they had all sizes.
Oh, right. But did the one you were in have a kitchen or food or bathrooms or
nothing.
Bunk beds?
No.
So if you're in there for 12 hours, you're just sitting.
We would escort the bombers in.
Okay.
But I was in the bombers first.
Right.
Then I was going to be a pilot in the
yes, right.
fighters.
Okay. So that's wonderful. And the war ended before you were trained to be a pilot.
That's right.
But then after the war, because the war ended, Japan surrendered, you did become a pilot.
Now,
Can you tell us what pilot you became a pilot of? Like, what did you do?
my last semester of college, I only needed 6 hours to graduate.
Okay.
So I thought, well, what the heck? I'm going to take pilot training at the University of Illinois, and because it'll be free.
Right.
And it's
you were on the GI plan, right?
The what?
You were on the GI plan that paid for college? Because you'd served. The government paid for you.
Yeah, they were trainers at the University of Illinois, and
so you took your pilot training your last semester in college.
That's right.
And how long did it take before you could actually be a pilot? Like it was just one semester of training?
That's all.
And then you became a pilot to do what, in what kind of planes?
J3 Cub was a trainer.
Okay.
It's a.
And then what was the plane that you got hired to pilot for a job?
The same one.
And that was a cargo plane?
No, it's a trainer plane.
No, but when you actually got hired to be a pilot, you were in Iowa, right?
Right.
So what was the kind of plane you flew then?
The J3 Cub.
Same thing. Okay.
We flew it. I owned one. I bought one.
I didn't know you
After the war
owned
ended.
that. Okay.
What do you do with trainer planes when the war's over?
Right.
$500.
$500. That's great. So you worked in Des Moines, Iowa?
No.
No. What was the place in Iowa?
Ames, Iowa.
Oh, Ames. Okay.
Yeah.
And you flew cargo, or you flew live animals? What were you flying around?
We were at the airport. We were doing everything. We were flying passengers.
Oh.
We were flying parts to be prepared to fly them to the factory. Mm-hmm. What else did we have? We flew baby chickens.
Baby chickens, okay.
Yeah, they had developed a baby chicken, a chicken that would lay more eggs. Mm-hmm. And then they would raise them,
Mm-hmm.
and then we would fly them out to different towns all over the United States.
Uh-huh. So that went on for how long? A year?
Yeah.
Because you were married to Dottie by then.
That's right.
And in fact, she was pregnant with Ellen.
She got pregnant on our honeymoon.
That's what I heard in Cuba.
Yeah.
And then Ellen was born in Ames, Iowa.
It wasn't. Yeah,
But she was born in Iowa.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say that that's the end of this war story, because it's very interesting that we're watching a TV special on the Spitfire. And those are the kinds of planes that you enlisted so you could learn and be a pilot like that. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.